Loki is one of the most popular characters from the Infinity Saga. The character is charming, intriguing, and unpredictable. We saw him grow from a selfish villain to one of the most selfless heroes, and now we get to see that all over again in the Loki series on Disney+. Not only that, this series will also add Owen Wilson to the list of MCU cast members. Hello everyone and welcome to my secret base. My name is Edster and in today's video I take a look at 5 ways the Loki series will affect the MCU. Before we begin, please take a few seconds to like, subscribe, and to turn on those notifications. Alright, let's get started. Let's begin with the easiest, which is that this series will take us through alternate timeline created by that 2012 Loki that runs off with the Space Stone. The Space Stone, which gives Loki not only the ability to teleport between worlds, but also through time and through different dimensions. This show teases Loki changing or messing with different historical moments. We could see alternate timelines either designed by Loki or ones that he just stumbles upon. We did see Loki with the Time Variant Authority prison uniform in the teaser earlier this year. Could this be because he got caught messing up with different timelines? I could see a scenario where he goes back to the past, perhaps to destroy Thor or to prevent the Avengers from assembling, which may cause unrepairable damages to those timelines or even causing some timelines to collapse, which causes the TVA to hunt down our beloved God of Mischief. We know that WandaVision will lead directly to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Man, but I can also see Loki affecting that movie as well. Continuing from my previous point, maybe during the series we get teased about several timelines that Loki messes up, but we don't actually end up exploring those timelines until the next Doctor Strange, that is, where we could see Scarlet Witch explore the multiverse, including some of those timelines that Loki messes up. The possibilities are endless for these timelines. We could see her jump into a reality where her brother's still alive, let's say because the Avengers never assembled and Ultron was never there to kill him, or maybe a universe where Vision lives because Loki took the Space Stone and Thanos wasn't as powerful as he was in Infinity War. While I'm not certain of how much this show will affect the movie, I do think that this show will somehow impact either in a big way or in a subtle yet meaningful way. While we're definitely going to see a lot of alternate timelines in this show, rumors at the moment also say that this show will impact the main timeline as well. However, this doesn't mean that the main timeline will get altered. This show will just be there to fill in certain plot holes. One that comes to mind is Mysterio knowing about the multiverse. Perhaps Loki was there the day Tony called his invention barf during Civil War and decided to give Quentin back the idea of his alter ego Mysterio. I mean, Loki is the God of Mischief, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one to inspire another villain whose antics are based on misdirection. On a larger scale, perhaps he was the one that told Ego about the human who grabbed the Infinity Stone. I know that Ego has seeds on a lot of planets, but this could still prove to be true, since those seeds might not become sentient until he starts taking over. Another big plot hole this will solve is how Doctor Strange was on Hydra's watch list in Winter Soldier. This happened about 2 years before he became the Sorcerer Supreme and was nothing more than an extremely successful surgeon at the time. Perhaps in his time-hopping experiences, he encounters the Sorcerer Supreme and decides to add him into the Hydra watch list of threats. I mentioned a different version of this in my WandaVision video, but I think this show could also find a way of introducing Deadpool to the MCU. It may actually be a lot easier to do it in this show since Loki will be exploring different timelines and altering some of those timelines as well. At the end of Deadpool 2, we saw our favorite Merc with a mouth doing those same things to all the X-Men timelines and even the real world. Perhaps after being caught by the TVA, Loki, in his quest to burn that place to the ground, encounters someone else who was caught for screwing up timelines as well. And that will be none other than Wade freaking Wilson. Only I did not mean to say frickin'. This could possibly be the best way of bringing Deadpool into the MCU. And perhaps the meeting that Ryan Reynolds had at Marvel was about this show. Only time will tell. Rumor has it that Kang the Conqueror will be the main antagonist of the next Ant-Man film. However, that doesn't mean that he'll be introduced in that movie. At the moment, rumors is that Kang will be introduced in the event of Loki. It's very likely that what catches Kang's attention is Loki's time hopping and not the Avengers time travel in Endgame as many people think. Likely due to Loki's meddling affecting different timelines in a major way, or Loki just doing it too frequently versus the Avengers just doing it during the events of the movie. Perhaps Owen Wilson will play Justice Peace, a TVA agent in charge of keeping timelines in order. In the show, he will probably be aware that if someone messes with the timeline enough time, they will get Kang's attention, and is in charge of making sure that nobody abuses the timeline. Alas, we will likely see him spend a bulk of the show chasing after the God of Mischief through different timelines until he catches him. However, this is to no avail, as Loki had Kang's attention from the get-go and had his eyes set on the main MCU timeline the entire time. Loki just added to his already existing interest, and the end of the show will likely see Kang gearing up to invade the MCU. Well, that is all for this week. How do you think the Loki series will affect the MCU? Will this show finally introduce Deadpool? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out more of my content on the screen right now, and like me on Facebook, link is in the description. See ya!